Welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, 8 races to take a look at, some strong fields, and I'm looking forward to the first race with some 2-year-olds going around.
Yes, for the first time in a while, of course, welcome to our viewers as well. First time in a while, Adam, no black type races on the Saturday, but still a fair bit of quality through and a few progressive types. So really looking forward to finding 8 winners for the viewers there at home.
Well, let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The Moogle Rail is out 9 metres, perfect day for racing again, and we see the fairest racing when the rail's at 9 metres, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's get straight into it. As I said off the top, a really interesting 2-year-old race here.
Yes, Adam, it is the Devil's Lair Plate over 1,000 metres for the 2-year-olds. Adam, will go straight into the last start win of Resistance.
Coming into the corner, Sun Boss, they balance up on the inside. Dynamite Dream tackled by Resistance. Resistance levelled up, hit the front, drew clear quickly. Danes Marie, it's starting to wind up, coming down the outside. Resistance a length and a half clear from Danes Marie. Over on the inside, Dynamite Dream, but Resistance kept going is too good.
Yeah, we were both pretty keen on this filly going into the race. She had the Group 3 Gimcrack form lines and was also dropping from the 1,100 metres to the 1,000. She jumps very quickly. She finds the lead with ease. She was able to sit outside the leader on this occasion and then just really step through the gears. I love the way she hunts down the line. Even on debut when she was beaten by Rajkovic, when Rajkovic went past her, she knuckled down again. She's just got a lot of toughness about her, which I think is certainly a great attribute to have. Now, she's been up for a while. That's my small concern here. 57 kilos. She'll still be able to find the front. But there are some very nice trial forms in this as well.
Yes, she has been up for a while, which you mentioned, but Karen Kersley, of course, a stable 4 woman for Fred Kersley, said she's jumping out of her skin and they had to give her another run because of that. She's a replay horse, Adam, but neither of us have her on top. There's number 2 there, Vital Blast, which I'm quite keen on. Was caught wide behind Vexilloid, another filly by Regano. Now, I really like the effort there. The trials before that were super. Barrier 4 here, Aaron Mitchell, 7 wins away from outriding his claim.
Yeah, I really like Vital Blast. I think it's a nice type. I'm not sure if the Vexilloid form lines are quite up to the top Saturday form lines yet, but I think this is going to be a very progressive type. As you said, did it really tough on debut as well and just continue to stick on. So with Barrier 4, she'll get a much nicer run and will be an improver.
Number 7, the first starter, Fabrigino there. Jared Noski rides for Tiana Robertson. Filly by Machino. Interesting to see how the progeny go here. Jay, that trial was explosive.
Tell you what, it was pretty impressive, wasn't it? You could see Jared Noski just nursing this horse through, and the moment he said, let's go, he just kicked away and won by 3 lengths. It was a good time. It was impressive the way the horse ran through the line, and it beat a horse, Ruby and Miss, which is in this as well, and that horse has got really good form line from its debut and trial form lines as well. So I think they're certainly the way to go. I'm going to back number 7, Fabrigino, from 5 Ruby and Miss, 1 Resistance and 2 Vital Blast.
I'm going with number 2 on top here, Vital Blast. From number 6, Come On Over, 7, which is Fabrigino, and 1 Resistance.
Race number 2 at Ascot. It's over the 1,600 metres, a 78 plus event. And Mark, the horse we're about to take a look at found itself in a very different role last start.
Yeah, got a bit keen. William Pike certainly wanted to be more positive, but certainly didn't want to lead. We speak of Desi's Dream in the Old Comrade. Also keep an eye out for Northridge, Django and Dark Musket.
Right though, we're on the inside. Desi's Dream led the way from Great Shot, but Infatuated's closing. Man Booker's making heavy weather of it in behind them. He's just struggling there for the moment with 100 to go. Great Shot at the front. Infatuated trying to stick with him. Great Shot. Staples pulls the whip and he digs in and he fights hard and he's going to crack it today. Great Shot. Great Shot.
Wasn't a bad performance there by Desi's Dream in the end, considering the work she did through those early stages. A pulling bit goes on here, so you'd expect her to settle a lot more, but I've actually just sort of put a line through that race and gone to the grandstand more for the form lines. And when you took a look at that, Northridge, Desi's Dream and also Dark Musket were all in similar positions, and it was Northridge that had the turn of foot. With the 2 kilo claim here to Randy Tan, I just think Northridge might be the one to beat out of that race.
I'm with you, Adam. Desi's Dream hasn't won over 1,200 metres either, which is somewhat of a concern. They wanted to ride more positively last start, but obviously she just got far too keen. Northridge, I'm totally with you, especially here with the claim 2 kilos. Fred has him going really, really well this preparation. Django drops back to 78 class. He was just outclassed in the listed company. Last time in 78 plus he won. Look, a very intriguing race, Adam. And even Terra Force, I think you can give him another chance. He blundered at the 400 metre mark, the same spot he blundered about 4 or 5 starts ago as well. So no toe clips. He's barred from wearing those, but again, a really, really even race.
Yeah, I think Terra Force can cause a bit of an upset as well. I mean, William Pike was very lucky to stay on board last start, but I'll go with those proven form lines that we discussed at the top. Number 1, Northridge, from 5, Dark Musket, 2, Desi's Dream and 6, Terra Force.
I've got the 1 on top as well out of Northridge, from the 6, Terra Force, 2, Desi's Dream and 3, Django.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It's over the 1,200 metres and Mark, some really different form lines here. We've got the proven runners like Key Lister, Fancy Fox, Distant Memory as well. But then horses on the up, and we put Detango in that bracket, even a Le Patron that you and I have a really good opinion of.
Yes, Detango, the one you mentioned, Adam, comes out of that strong form race behind Remember Berlin a couple of starts ago. Let's have a look at that run for third. Also keep an eye out for Le Patron running fifth.
Recoiled. He led the way by a length and a half. Remember Berlin found the run coming off the fence from Star Lightning. Down the outside, Detango. Recoiled down on the inside. He's going to have to find plenty of fanfaronade. Remember Berlin. Recoiled and Remember Berlin and Remember Berlin.
Good performance there by Detango, and since then has gone on to a win, impressively winning by 2.5 lengths. Now, the form lines from that win and even from the run where it finished third behind Remember Berlin aren't incredibly strong when you're looking at the distant memory key list of Fancy Fox listed type of form lines. But this horse is on the up, and what I really like about her is she's just doing what she has to do to get the job done, and she's doing it with ease. Carries the 56 kilos here, gets in barrier 2, is going to get a really nice run throughout. I will say that Le Patron gets a really nice weight swing, 3.5 kilos from when they met last time, and Le Patron gets 4.5 from Fancy Fox when it was beaten 2 lengths as well. So it gets in well, but I do believe Detango can mix it with the better types in this race.
I do think so as well, Adam. Barrier 2, Dan Stake on. Brett Pope having a sensational time of it, and the Demerit stock there absolutely flying. But there's another standout filly in this race. Of course, we speak of the Justin Warwick trained daughter of Scandal Keeper. Key Lister drops in class quite significantly, takes on the older horses. It doesn't look to be an issue. My only concern is whether she settles or not, because she hasn't had her past 2 starts.
Well, I hope she doesn't. Dropping from 15 to 1,200 metres, I think that's exactly why they've targeted this race. I think they'll just let her roll out in front and say, catch me if you can. And from that, I actually don't think they're going to be able to. It was a really good performance last start, considering how bad she did pull through those early stages over the 1,500 metres. She fought back late and was only beaten 1.5 lengths by Variation. We saw how good Variation was last weekend as well. So I think that's exactly the plan here. Drop down to the 1,200, just let her roll out in front. I think she'll dictate terms. I think she'll be too good. I think she'll win the race from 3 Fancy Fox, 5 Le Patron and 6 Detango.
I've got the replay horse on top here. Number 6 Detango from the 2 Key Lister, setting a mad speed out in front. 5 Le Patron and 3 Fancy Fox.
Race number 4 at Ascot. It's a 1,000 metre event at 72 plus, and Mark, this one could be a listed race.
Yes, this is an excellent field. We've got some really handy 3-year-olds taking on older horses here, but we'll go straight into the replay of the recent trial of the very smart Nakoni filly, Caipirinha.
In the straight, Caipirinha has got the lead from War God with the River on the outside. Caipirinha is still doing it well though. It's clear and hasn't been ridden at all. On the outside, the River is picking up War God now, but Caipirinha is well clear. Leads by 2.5 lengths, doing it reasonably comfortable. War God's running a good trial, but Caipirinha wins by 2 to War God and a head away third.
How impressive was she last prep? She's now a 2-time listed winner. She was narrowly beaten by Elika Zoom and also Lusaha in listed races as well at distances that she didn't want, and after a massive prep. The recent trial was sensational. Just sat there, was untouched by Joey Azzopardi. Drawn nicely here in barrier 2. The 1,000 metres, no issue at all. Has never won first up, but I think that's going to change. I think the 3-year-olds can really mix it with these older types.
Has never won over 1,000 metres, which is also an interesting statistic, but I think we'll just jump and run and be far too good. She'll probably have another run in Western Australia before heading over to South Australia for some of the nice fillies and mares, black type races. So she should be winning this if she's heading towards those races. We've also got there, Adam, another 3-year-old returning, the River, of course. What a great 2-year-old he was, the Perth Stakes winner, of course, Magic Millions winner as well. His trial was pretty good behind Caipirinha as well, as you saw there. Wasn't asked to do much, actually restrained back to the field, and Jared Noski didn't really ask him for an effort in the straight, but found the line very nicely. I can see him slotting in from barrier 9 and running a really nice race.
Typical Jared Noski trial, just sat there and let the horse just cruise through the line. I think we learned last prep that this horse is probably just better suited to 1,000 metre events with good speed in the race. That's exactly what they're going to get here. They're better just settle at the back and then attack the line strongly.
Adam, you're on top selections for this one?
I'm going to go with number 6, Caipirinha, from 5 Sweet Aura, 2 Seeker and 9 The River.
I've got the 6 on top as well, Caipirinha from the 4 Shady Grey, number 5 Sweet Aura and 9 The River.